What's the point of the plane if you don't know how to fly it? Yeah, I'm out here grinding. Okay, I'm out here grinding. All I do is work. All I do is grind.
What's up, gang? 3 notes I want to talk about today. The first one is on your upward climb. If you're trying to move your life in a different direction and move up, do something great, do something positive, understand that during your upward climb, there's always going to be this fight, especially in the beginning, between this downward craving of your old self and this upward push of your new self in the new direction that you're trying to go. So, you know, like this can be, you're battling between the old single version of yourself moving to but you're married, or you're trying to get, so you're battling between the new version of married you and single version of you, or positive version of your life, positive version of yourself, not going out partying all the time, and this downward craving and pull of you want to go do some of those things sometimes, or your friends are pulling you in that direction. So just understand that anytime that you're going up the mountain, there's going to be this downward pull and downward craving in the beginning, or downward pull constantly from other people, especially people telling you how to live your life when you start to walk up that mountain. People that don't know what the air is like at the top of the mountain. People that don't understand what it's like to breathe at the top of a mountain in Mile High, in Mile High Stadium, trying to tell you how to live your life down from the bottom, okay? So understand that when you're on an upward climb, it's going to be people telling you what you shouldn't be doing and discouraging you, telling you, well, you know, you can't be happy because you're pushing so hard. You can't be, you're not going to be any content because you're grinding, or you know, all these things. That's their opinion, just because they don't know what it's like to go to the next level. Not that they're bad people, it ain't personal, but you need to watch who you're taking advice from. So just remember that if you're on the upward, you're going to have this downward pull from people, or downward cravings in yourself of the old you and the new and improved you. Okay. The next thing is avoiding burnout. You know, people all the time, how do you not get burnt out? I think you just get burnt out when you lose your vision. And so I don't know how you get burnt out really 100% unless you start to lose your vision. And so I just want to encourage you to not lose your vision. If you're getting burnt out, your vision is burnt out, not your body, not you. Because sometimes you got to run on fumes if you're playing in sports, or you're in the middle of a fight, whatever it is. You got to pull something out of you that doesn't even exist. It doesn't mean that you don't want to play the game anymore. It just means you're tired, but you got to keep on pushing. And so people that they lose their vision for a small period of time, they think they got burnt. They're getting burned out. And so I want you to stay focused so you don't get burned out. But part B to this is stress management. So what are you doing to handle stress? Because parallel to how great and how many lives you want to influence is going to be stress. So if you want to play big and you want to be big, or you want to help a lot of people, it's going to be more stress, more stress. That's why you heard Biggie say more money, more problems. It's just going to be more stress. So how do you handle it? Most people handle stress toxically. So they turn to drugs, alcohol, food cravings, whatever it is, negative things to get them through the stress of whatever that they're going through in their everyday life. And so in order to be great, you got to be able to manage stress so your life doesn't implode. And you can't be taking it out on toxic things. So what's my advice on that? Same stuff I'm always telling you guys. Mind, body, and spirit. It's not about what you like to do. It's about what needs to happen. I don't like to stop and put gas in my car when I'm on the move, but I have to, or I'm going to run out of gas. And so people that get burnt out, they ain't stopping to fill their own tank up. They ain't putting gas in their tank to keep running. So no wonder why they run out of gas. So you got to feed yourself mentally, books, audio books, YouTube clips, positive motivation, spiritually growing yourself, physically exercising, burning out stress. And I'm going to just bust this one off to you right now. I'm man enough to do it. It took me a while to be able to wear pink as a man. I was worried about that, but I got comfortable with it. Now I can rock some pink. Now I'm comfortable to tell you that I do yoga every week. I crush yoga once or twice a week, and it's changed my life. It's allowed me to calm down. It's allowed me to deal with stress and in a positive manner. And I would encourage it to anybody out there, man. I know some folks that are just straight beasts. They're tough men, tatted up, head to toe, dogs, can fight, and they do yoga. I used to think it was only for girls. It ain't true. So I would encourage you guys to do some yoga, because it'll help your life. It'll change your life and help you to deal with stress management. Okay, and then the last thing is focusing. Once you got your vision straight, staying focused. A lot of people got their vision and they got the talent, but they fall off after 3 months. They fall off after a year, after 6. Like, what happened to that person? How did you go from being great to you can't do anything? You lost your focus, because championships and things are won in a day, or daily, not in a day. So you people want things to happen overnight, and they get burnt out because their mind is not explaining. Their mind is thinking that it has to happen overnight instead of just enjoying the journey and enjoying the process. And so daily, what are you doing daily that's going to get you closer to your goal? Every single day, you should do something that's getting you closer to your goal, growing yourself. That's why this is as cliche as this is. If you put a microscope to a piece of paper with enough sunlight and you hold it there, it'll burn a hole through it. It'll burn it or set it on fire. But if you move the microscope and the light's just on the paper, it don't necessarily set it on fire. Why? Focus. It's just focus. If you want to set things on fire, you got to have laser-like focus and hold it there. Keep it there. Not for a month, not for a couple of months, but you got to stay zoned in and stay focused on your target. Some of the people that you admire and that you look up to, I don't care if it's a rapper or a musician or an athlete, we get intense with, we get excited about what that person has now versus looking at what the hell they had to go through to get there. That person typically 99.9% of the time had to go through the process. It happened over 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But you get it discouraged because it didn't happen for you in 1 year. 1 year, 6 months, you're already frustrated with yourself. It's disrespectful to the game. It's disrespectful to success if you think that you're supposed to just come in and make it in a year when it took people to build it 20 years, 10 years. Now, if you got wisdom from somebody and experience from a mentor and you grind, I'm talking about you grind hard, you can get it in half the time that they got it. But if you're expecting it to happen overnight in 90 days, 6 months, you're just going to discourage yourself, causing yourself to get demotivated, burned out, instead of staying focused on your vision. So just remember that. Stay focused on your vision daily. It happens daily, not in a day. Okay? Understand that stuff. To avoid burnout, stay focused on your vision, your mission, and do things that are good, positive stress relievers so you don't blow your life up. And understand that anytime you're on the upward bound, there's going to be this negativity pulling you down, this old version of yourself, the old single you versus the family version of you, or the old drug you versus the clean version of yourself, or this old negative, lazy version of yourself versus the new grinding, positive mindset version. Your old friends that were pulling you down versus your new friends that are trying to lift you up. There's always this pull going on in your mind and in your body, trying to pull you down when you're trying to pull yourself up. You can overcome it if you just stay zoned in, stay focused. Everybody, I believe, is created to be great in something if they don't settle. So stay focused, stay young in your mind, not young in your age. We can't control that, but we can control our mind and our heart, which everything flows. So encourage yourself to stay young. Keep a heart of compassion. Don't let this hateful world and negative world harden your heart. Keep your spirit strong and your heart pure, and be a beast, be aggressive, and let's grind. Appreciate you guys for listening. Anybody that you know that this might be able to help, please share, like the video, join SimonArias.net for motivational videos. Appreciate you guys for listening. Have a great rest of your day.
To subscribe to SimonArias.net, follow these simple steps. Go to SimonArias.net. On the homepage, scroll down to the bottom. Where prompted, enter your first name along with your best email address and click Join Grind Messages. Thanks for watching.